Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. We're back in the studio with our final guest of the show, Carlene Grabner from the Women's Fund of the Oshkosh Area Community Foundation. So Carlene, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Yes, we're happy to have you, and you've got a lot of stuff going on. The Community Foundation always does, and what we want to focus on today is something coming up for some of the girls in the school system here in Oshkosh. We've got a speaker coming.
Yes, so there's a bunch of pieces of this puzzle that came together, and we're really excited about it. So the Women's Fund, which is a fund under the Oshkosh Area Community Foundation that focuses on women and girls issues, has a girls granting program, and along with JJ Keller, who's a great supporter of that program, we bring girls together from all the high schools in the community and kind of dissect them, what's going on in their life, what are the needs, because us as 40, 50, 67-year-old women haven't been 16 in a really long time. So we bring them together and we go through everything going on in their life, and we have a facilitator that helps walk them through that. And then the caveat for them is at the end they get to give away $10,000 to any program that they want to solve the issues that they discussed.
Amazing. So you guys have definitely been busy
Yeah.
leading up to this. And it's what exactly is it called? I know it's something with a purse, and it keeps slipping my mind here. The purse.
Power of the Purse.
Power of the Purse,
Yeah.
yes.
So coincidentally, a couple things happened at the same time. So the Women's Fund does a community-wide event about every other year. This time it's almost been about 2.5 years, but our event is called the Power of the Purse. We always bring in national level speakers that are either fun or celebrity-ish, or this one happens to be very educationally driven in her topic. And because the girls wanted her. Jennifer Siebel-Newsome is coming to Oshkosh and is speaking to an all 8th grade assembly per the 16-year-old girls' wishes. So she is speaking in front of all 8th grade boys and girls on October 30th. And then we are doing our Power of the Purse luncheon from 11:45 to 1 that afternoon.
Great. Well, let's start with the presentation, and it's geared towards boys and girls, so it's not just limited to girls. What exactly is she going to be talking about?
So Jennifer started a movement, they call it, about 4 years ago or so, maybe even 5, on the conversation of pegging boys and girls and gender issues at such an early age. Media has become a wonderful tool, but has become an overly powerful tool that is not always healthy in the formation of our children. It is said that now children watch 10.5 hours of media a day. Consume, I should say, is the right way to say it. Consume 10.5 hours of media a day, meaning TV, iPads, Facebook, all of it put together. I sadly joke that never, I think, did a lot of us envision a time where you'd plug your best friend in at the end of the day for it to be rejuvenated for the next day.
That's so true.
Yeah,
it really is.
So 10.5 hours of imaging a day, and when you see what Jennifer speaks about, most of that imaging can be very destructive towards boys and girls. Girl characters really don't come into play until girls are older, and until recently, women didn't play very good roles in shows. They were the housewives. They were the moms, which is wonderful, but they weren't the presidents of the United States. They weren't the business person that went to work. Some of that, thankfully, has started to change, but that's a little bit of what she speaks on.
Wow. So it sounds like she'll have a lot to talk about, and it's really a current issue, especially with kids. People are always talking about the adults' dependency on, electronic media and social media. And so it's great that they're kind of directing this more at the youth in Oshkosh, too. Yeah,
and she did a documentary that won the Sundance Film in 2012 called Misrepresentation, that is geared towards girls, and about, the sexualization of what girls see from a very young age on. Little Mermaid is in a little itty bitty bikini, and a lot of us don't realize that. Elsa in Frozen turns from a normal girl into this beautiful princess in a all cleavage, sparkly dress with red lipstick. So those types of things, although we don't think our children are dissecting them like they are.
It's discreet.
Yeah, it's just discreet, which makes it even almost scarier, because then you're like, well, why is my 7-year-old reacting the way they are? Well, because they're seeing all this And sadly as an adult, when I saw misrepresentation, and, I encourage as many men as possible to watch it too, you realize how much you're consuming and you don't even realize. On TV, they say on average every 4 to 5 minutes there's a sexual piece on TV, and you can't miss it.
Oh, you don't need, yeah.
So we're getting it no matter what. And with that being said, I'm sorry. The boys also, there is a new documentary coming out called The Mask You Live In. And it really takes the whole gender issue from, is it a boy, is it a girl? And we find that out, and then we're like, will she wear pink? Will he wear blue? Will she be feminine and delicate? Will he be strong and masculine? And how we do that, and how that continues to go into the rest of their life.
Really interesting stuff. And so what exactly will she be teaching these kids? How are they going to be able to contradict these things?
Well, I can say from my angle, I have not seen her in person, but the few times I've seen her and the things that you do, you can't walk away from there not wanting to change your behavior. When I watch the documentary, and when I've seen her speak on TV only, you want to change your behavior. You want to not just have the TV in the background, even if you're not watching it. You want it off. One of her big things that she does now during the Super Bowl is a campaign called hashtag not buying it, meaning, some of these ads are extremely explicit. Every third ad is extremely explicit with women on TV commercials. And so they try to say, why does the Hardee's commercial need to have a woman in pretty much no clothes on the front of a car eating a cheeseburger? So they try to say to their, to the people that are out there, is this the type of advertising we need in order to sell a product?
Wow.
So you want to change your behavior. Now, the kids' tone will be a little bit different than the luncheon in the afternoon. That will be towards, to the 800 guests that are coming to the Power of the Purse. In front of the kids, I think she will talk more about gender relations and how you respond to that and what we can do with that as kids in the community.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like it's something that you wouldn't want your son or daughter to miss. Really educational and eye-opening too. And then after that, of course, the Power of the Purse luncheon. We got a couple minutes left if you want to just give us a little bit of background on that.
Sure. So the Power of the Purse, like I said, happens every couple years. It's a great event. We have anywhere between 700 and 900 people.
Wow.
And she will be the guest feature, and then we will also talk about the Women's Fund and what our messaging is. Community First Credit Union has always been a great supporter of that event, so they're our headline sponsor, along with a million other wonderful business people in this community. It is a powerful women's luncheon. We have a few great men in the audience, which we love and love to see more of, but there is, 95% are women that are coming to, be empowered and to listen and feel excited, and it's great. It's a great day.
Well, it sounds like an amazing day coming up. And then if you want to give us a little bit of a recap, exactly when and where it is, and then where can we find more information about this?
Sure. I think the easiest thing, from my opinion, would be to do is if you have access to Facebook. Facebook or our Women's Fund website has all the information for registration and all that. But the good thing about Facebook is we do have all the trailers for the documentaries that would show what she's going to speak on, which I think would be powerful to people to understand even further than what I'm saying. But that also has all the registration information and all of that on it as well. And the Women's Fund is 15 years old, and at this luncheon we'll be celebrating giving away $1 million so far in grants to women and girls issues. So we're pretty proud of that in a very short period of time. And
definitely something to celebrate. Yes. Great. Well, it sounds like an awesome event, not only for the kids, but for the women as well. So looking forward to it. And thank you again so much for coming in.
Thank you.